Hello, my stamping friends. My name is Holly Peterson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute little card using the Spotlight on Nature stamp set and dies, along with the Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder. This one I used in the base as Pretty in Pink. But today I'm going to use Peach Pie. I'll start out with the measurements. My peach pie is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 for our card base. I have 2 layers of Shamrock that measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. 2 of those. I have 2 white pieces that measure 4 by 5 1/4, and one of those I've already embossed with the embossing folder. With the In Color Glimmer paper, I've cut the largest circle out of Peach Pie. It measures about 3 7/8. And then the next size down, I cut a layer of white, and it is about 3 3/4 inches. And then I have a length of ribbon that we'll tie our bow with. And I like to tie my bow, I'm right-handed, so I put a little bit of the tail in my right hand. I make a loop, circle around, and then with this, I make another loop and stick it through the hole. And then as I'm adjusting the bow, when I pull the ends, I hold the knot in the middle, and then you can make your bow. I like to try to make my tails go down. And there we have our bow. We'll go ahead and finish that off. Okay, we'll just set that aside for a minute. I'll use my bone folder to reinforce our card base. And then we're going to just start with some basic layering. We'll put our Shamrock down. Like that. And then we'll put our embossed layer down. When I use an embossing folder, I like to secure it with liquid glue. So we'll just put some liquid glue on the back of this. Just hold that in place for a moment. We'll set that aside. I'm going to bring in the white circle, and we're going to stamp the flowers, and I'm using basic gray ink. I'm going to get a piece of scratch paper here. Keep that from going on my desk. And I want to leave room for my grading. So we'll just stamp about right there. And then for our inside, I'm going to stamp the little butterfly. I'm just going to stamp it right up there. I'll set that aside. And then on our envelope, I'm going to stamp a butterfly. That's it for our basic gray. So then I'm going to, oops, I forgot my peach pie ink. I will take my peach pie I think we're done with that. Oh, we'll leave that to color on. And then the thanks that comes in that stamp set. I'm just going to put down right up there. Back in my layer here, and I'm going to use Shamrock and Peach Pie blends, and I'm going to color the flowers, and I'm going to start with my dark. I'm just going to kind of feather where these lines are. I like to do one flower at a time. And where I'm blending them together, I like to kind of do little circular motions. It helps me blend those colors better. There's not a real difference between the light and the dark peach pie, but we'll use both anyways. We're going to do this little flower down here. And then come in with the light. And our last little flower here. Okay, like that. And then we'll do the same thing with our leaves. And I'm going to come down and do the stem all in the dark. And then just add some of the dark lines. I'm going to do a couple more leaves at a time this time, since it's not really blending it. So, whoops, went out of the line there. We'll try to fix that. That stem is so fine. Okay, and we'll come in with our light. And finish the leaves. I think I'm pushing too hard. You don't want to push too hard because then the ink bleeds on you. And I'm using regular basic white paper. I know some people like to color on the thick white paper. I'm just using regular. Okay, let me grab my color lifter and see if we can't fix that. So here I'm just gonna rub that green and push it towards the stem. And that'll take a minute to dry, but I think that's better, not quite as noticeable. Okay. We're going to color our butterfly as well. And I use just the same 2 colors on my butterfly. So we'll make this butterfly peach pie. You could also color the butterfly on your envelope. I'm not going to do that today, but if you do color your envelope, you'll want to stick a scratch piece of paper inside the envelope behind where you're going to color, and that'll prevent it from bleeding onto the back side of your envelope, because as you can see with the blends, it does bleed through the cardstock. So then we're going to come in with our light, and I'll try to do a better job coloring on the butterfly here. And you could certainly make your butterfly multicolors. For this card today, I'm just sticking with the one in color for a primary color. Just like that. Then I have my Wink of Stella. Just going to give it a little bit of a squeeze. And then we're going to shimmer up this butterfly. So we're going to just color over the whole butterfly. It adds just a nice little sparkle. Not sure it shows real well on camera, but in person it's very, very pretty. Okay, so we'll set that aside. We are going to use glue dots. On the back of our colored sheet here. And I'm going to use a lot. It's a big circle, but we're going to adhere this to that glimmer paper. And so I find that the glue dots stick really nice to the glimmer paper. And maybe one more over here. Oops. Put it right on top of another. What are the odds of that happening? Okay, I think that's good. And I opted for the same 2 edges. You could use different edges if you wanted. I liked that little eyelet edge. So there's that. And then I think we're going to put that on the card front with dimensionals. So 5 should do the trick for that. I think we're done with this. We don't need that anymore. Okay, and I'm just going to put it in the center here. And then as some added texture, I have my regular classic marker, and maybe I want my piece of paper out here again. You can hit the marker up against something hard like your bone folder. And I think you can see that sparkle on there. You could also do that with the Wink of Stella if you wanted to add more sparkle. I think I'm going to just do it with the pumpkin pie today. So then we're going to adhere our inside to our other Shy Shamrock. Like that. And then this is ready to go on the inside. Skinny little border there. Okay, the last thing that we have to do is add our little bow. And again, I like to do that with glue dots. And I like to put two glue dots right behind my knot when it's a bigger ribbon like this. We're going to just stick that right there. Oh, I forgot to, we're going to color our flowers with Wink of Stella as well. If you didn't want to color your envelope with the blends markers, we could just add some shimmer to the butterfly with our Wink of Stella. That looks pretty. All right, there we have 2 cute thank you cards using the Spotlight on Nature bundle. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.